I hit a net worth of $685,000 at the age of 31, and to me, this is mind-blowing because I didn't start investing until 5 years ago. I'm gonna break down my story, how I got there, a full in-depth review of my assets and liabilities within my net worth, what I project my net worth to be at the end of this year, and how long it'll take me to hit that $1 million net worth goal. Remember, net worth is everything you own, which is assets, minus everything you owe, which is liabilities. In the early years, it was all about my business. I knew for me to become financially free, financially ahead, business was the name of the game. And it wasn't until 2020 happened, I opened a brokerage account and bought my first stock. Let's start off with the fun stuff, which is assets. We're gonna walk through my registered investment accounts first. This means these accounts have tax advantages and are designed to help people build wealth. So for the TFSA, the tax-free savings account, this is where you're able to grow your money tax-free and you could take it out whenever you want without having to pay taxes. The reason for this is that the money you put into this account has already been taxed, so it's considered post-tax dollars. Right now, my TFSA is sitting at $125,894. Next, we have the RRSP. This stands for Registered Retirement Savings Plan. This account, you're able to contribute to it to lower your taxable income right now, but when you take money out of it 10, 20, 30 years down the line when you retire, you're gonna get taxed on that income. So this is considered pre-tax dollars. And right now, my RRSP is sitting at $26,615. We also have this new account in Canada called the FHSA, which is a first home savings plan. I've already bought my first home, so I wasn't eligible for this account. I just wanted to highlight it because it combines the best out of your TFSA and your RRSP into one mega account essentially. And if I was still a first-time home buyer, I would definitely take advantage of this account. The total for my registered investment accounts totals $152,000. The thing I wanted to highlight here is the magic of investing, compounding interest and growth in long-term investing. My account balance is $152,000. However, I only put in $106,000, and since I started investing, it's grown to $152,000 so far. Because I'm self-employed, my non-registered accounts are all in my business banking. This is because I have excess funds in my business account that I don't necessarily want to pay myself personally because I'll get taxed on that, so I keep it on the business side and invest until I eventually need it. Right now, the balance of this account is $145,118. And again, it's just wild to me because I've only contributed $100,000 of that. Other $48,000 has all been through growth. Now that we have the stock market out of the way, let's move into cryptocurrencies. I love tech and innovation, and the more I learn about blockchain technology, the more I believe in it. Now, I haven't bought crypto in a few years. I've just been focusing on real estate and my stock market portfolio at the moment. But right now, I'm mainly invested into Ethereum. I invested $17,000 2 or 3 years ago now. That account is currently sitting at $25,863, and that is a very volatile investment. In this year alone, I've seen my investment go down to $15,000, and in the last year, I think it had the high of $40,000. So really up and down with this asset class. I put some money into it to learn, to dabble, essentially not wanting to miss the boat, if I'm being totally honest. In total, with stocks and crypto, I'm at about $333,000. However, the cool thing is I've only invested $233,000 of my own money, which means $100,000 of that has just been through growth of the assets, of the investments. This just goes to show that my money is working for me. 33% of that balance has all come through just growth. So that is a lot of everything I own that's more intangible, like the stuff in the air. But let's move on to something more tangible like real estate. I own 3 properties with Mal. 2 of them are long-term rentals and 1 is a short-term rental. Today, the value of those properties is $2,110,000. But because we own these properties 50-50, that would make my portion $1,055,000. Now we're gonna go into cash. And in total, I have about $35,000 in cash within all these accounts. I use a checking account for my day-to-day bills. I have a high interest savings account that I use for some short term goals like my vacation fund. I also have a joint account with Mal. This is where all of our mortgages and our joint bills come out of. Since I am self-employed, I do have a business checking account that pays for day-to-day business expenses and my salary. I do want to make a note here. Typically, your business is considered in your assets portion of your net worth. And even though I am self-employed, I don't include this in my total assets only because I have a service-based business, and right now I am the only employee. I'm the only one working in it, so it's just me. Even though I've been operating this business for about 6 years now and have a ton of clients in my database, it's really hard to evaluate this business without kind of making it up. It's not like I have a VC firm or investor evaluate my business and give me a stamp of the current value of it. And because of this, I keep it out of my net worth calculation. But yes, it is typically included in this net worth calculation. You could definitely add this in your calculation. The last asset that I own that I consider in my net worth is my car. The value of the car is about $45,000 in today's market. That brings my total assets to $1,458,990. Like that's insane. 1.4, almost 1.5 million in assets. Unbelievable. Honestly, every time I see that number, I say that number, it's just so motivating and makes me proud of myself for how far I've come. But as fun as that number is, I do have debts attached to my name. Thankfully, I don't have any bad debt. I do pay my credit cards every single month in full. I paid off my student loans in 2019, and if I sell my car today, it'll fully just pay off the loan that I owe on it. So diving into just my credit card balances right now, I have 0 in my personal because it is the end of the month. I've already just paid that bill, so I owe nothing on my personal credit cards. For my business credit cards, I owe about $4,000. The reason for that, my bill cycle is in the middle of the month, so I just haven't paid it. It's been a little bit more expensive lately because I just filed my taxes, so I have to pay my accountants and a few other little expenses. Last year, I did take on a business loan, so right now I have a balance of $18,000 on that. I took that loan more so for cash flow and to help grow my business and my team. Now we have car loan. I owe $45,000 in my car still. Now, before you judge me, that is a pretty big car loan balance. I'm not gonna lie. However, I am a realtor. It is part of my job. It does help to have a car, and my car is fully a business expense. Also, right now, if I did sell my car, it would pay off that loan. So in a way, it is what it is. Now for the big debt, real estate. Yes, we have 3 properties. Yes, we have over $2 million in those asset values. However, we have $1,411,000 in total mortgages that we owe to the banks and lenders. Because we split everything 50-50, that would make my half $705,500. The interesting thing about real estate is debt pay down. So every time I pay my mortgages, I am reducing what I owe to those banks and lenders, right? As a result, my net worth is actually increasing $1,500 every single month that I pay my mortgages. And that equates to almost $18,000 every single year just from paying my mortgage because I'm reducing my debts by that much more. This brings my total liabilities to $773,000. Now that we have all the numbers out there, we can finally calculate net worth. So that calculation is $1,458,990 minus $773,500, which equals $685,490. That is my net worth after subtracting everything I own with everything I owe. Since I'm self-employed, this number provides a lot of security to me. I'm very proud of this number as someone who came from immigrant parents who worked so hard and sacrificed everything to give me the life that they dreamt of. I really do feel like I'm making my parents proud and that I'm living the dream that they've always wanted me to live. By the end of this year, I project to have a $742,500 net worth, and here's my plan. Things that are in my control. I plan to invest another $15,000 this year, and I also have to continue paying down my mortgages, which means it'll add another $10,500 into my net worth for a total of about $25,000 that's in my control. So for things out of my control, I'm gonna assume that the stock market is gonna end the year at 10% up from when it started the year. I just like to be optimistic. If that were to happen, my net worth would then increase another $32,500. I have an ultimate goal of hitting that $1 million net worth. And right now, based off my math and projections, I'm projected to hit that at the age of 34 in 2028. Let me know if you liked this video and how I broke down my net worth. I'm a big numbers guy, so something like this makes me so excited to share and talk about. I just want to share my journey with you guys more and more as I chip away at that $1 million in net worth.